Some blog ranked big threes for the 2025 NBA season. At number 5, we have Minnesota, but with Cat gone, that changes things. Number 4 is the Bucks with Giannis, Middleton, and Dame. Number 3 goes to Philly's new big three of Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey. But right behind the champion Celtics, at number 2, is Dallas with Luka, Kyrie, and Klay Thompson. So, Klay makes a big three now? Is this 2018? ESPN doesn't think so. Luka was ranked number 2 in the league, Kyrie at 25th, and Klay dropped 30 spots, just one ahead of Austin Reeves. So why aren't the Lakers considered a big three? According to The Ringer, Klay isn't even in the top 100 anymore, which is a problem for him and one of the reasons he left the Warriors. Golden State told Klay they'd handle other business first and then circle back to him, which hurt him deeply. He decided to take meetings, and his final choices were the Lakers and the Mavericks. Klay's dad works for the Lakers, and he grew up idolizing Kobe. LeBron even offered a pay cut, saying, "If I can't have Steph, I'll take the other Splash brother." The Lakers offered Klay 4 years for $80 million, while the Mavs offered 3 years for $50 million. On a per-year basis, that's $20 million from LA versus $16.6 million from Dallas. Even though state taxes might even it out, the extra year with LA was crucial for a player with past ACL and Achilles injuries. But Klay still chose Dallas because he wanted to win with Luka and Kyrie. The issue now is the high expectations. Jason Kidd called Klay still a superstar based on what he's seen so far. But this might set Klay up for failure. We saw this happen before. Last year, before the All-Star break, the Warriors were struggling, and Steve Kerr started making lineup decisions based on the need for wins, not loyalty. This led to Klay being benched in favor of rookie Gui Santos, and the Warriors won. In the locker room, Klay was candid, admitting,
"Is this an adjustment period for you a little bit? I mean, he's done it a few games, obviously."
Yeah. Kidding me? Go from one of the best players. It's hard for anybody. I'll be honest with you.
You could see him trying to stay positive, but it was clear how much it hurt. Just 5 games later, against the Clippers, the Warriors were up by 12, but Kerr wasn't taking any chances. He pulled Klay with 7 minutes left, making it clear he wasn't going back in. Klay was furious on the bench, staring off into space. But then, with 48 seconds left, the Warriors were down by 6 and needed a 3. Kerr put Klay back in, and it paid off. Klay drew 2 defenders, passed to Draymond, who found an open Brandon Podziemski, and bam! They were down by just 3 with 39 seconds left, enough time to defend and tie it up. But then, shockingly, Klay committed an intentional foul on the inbounds, guaranteeing the loss. Kerr went ballistic on the sidelines, and the cameras caught Podziemski in disbelief. Klay's head just wasn't in the game, and he blew it. The next morning, Kerr informed Klay he was being replaced in the starting lineup by rookie Podziemski. Klay responded by dropping 35 points in 28 minutes that night, but it was clear he wasn't coming back. This emotional roller coaster is all about Klay trying to be a superstar again, but as long as the Mavericks keep expecting that from him, it'll be an issue. So, is Klay washed? During the Warriors' 2022 title run, he led the team in minutes, averaging 19 points and shooting 38% from deep. The next season, he led the league in three-pointers made. So, what's the issue? Well, we're already seeing signs of it in Dallas. On paper, he seems like a great fit. Last year, the Mavericks struggled with three-point shooting when it mattered most, hitting only 32% from deep in the finals. Despite criticism of Luka's defense, the Mavericks' D was solid, holding Boston to 109 points per game in the series. That's pretty strong for the NBA. Meanwhile, Klay shot 39% from deep on 9 attempts per game last season, below his career average, but still elite. Only 3 players managed that last year: Steph Curry, Dante DiVincenzo, and Klay. In his first preseason game with the Mavs, Klay put up 10 points against Utah, going 3 for 5 from deep with 3 assists in limited minutes. But in the next game, he went 0 for 9 from the field, scoring 0 points. He lacked explosiveness, couldn't create separation, and even got blocked by Nicholas Batum. Then he was good again in the next game, but that's exactly what role players do. They're inconsistent, bouncing between good and bad nights. And that's fine, as long as they're not expected to be superstars. Luka can handle that pressure, but as long as Klay is expected to be elite, the ups and downs will continue. The Warriors offered Klay 2 years for $48 million, which he found disrespectful, given that Draymond, Poole, and Wiggins got much bigger deals a year earlier. Ironically, Klay signed his last max deal in 2019 after tearing his ACL, and he declined a player option at the end of that contract. If he had taken it, he could have been a free agent right after the 2022 title and gotten paid with Draymond and Wiggins. Now the Mavericks are making the same mistake, expecting Klay to be his old self. The only thing that can fix this is winning. Looking at projected win totals, Dallas is one of the top teams projected for over 50 wins. But this is one of the most competitive Western Conferences ever, and there's no guarantee they'll make it back to the finals. The expectation in Dallas is a championship, with Klay expected to play a major role, setting him up for failure. But hey, it can't be worse than the Clippers situation, right? Shams reports that Kawhi is out indefinitely to start the season, having re-injured his knee without even playing a preseason game. Meanwhile, James Harden says he plans to play like Luka Doncic this season.